Welcome back to Michigan Elite Hockey. It's time for some playoffs. We took the week off last week. Everybody probably had a great weekend, enjoyed their 4th of July weekend, and now we're back to playing some summer hockey. It's week 1 of the playoffs. The semifinals coming at you today. It's number 2, Team Morgan, taking on number 3, Team Miller. And we got Reiner Dosovich joined by Sean Massa. Sean, how you doing today?
Doing good. It's playoff season here at the Big B Coffee and Ice Cube in Brighton. These guys are excited. We kind of saw it earlier on, but these two teams, of course, we've seen them play. It's been fantastic. I think the key for both these teams, for Team Miller, it's going to be keeping the puck out of the net. That was their struggle almost all season. And for Team Morgan, it's going to be keeping the intensity up.
And we're just moments away from lineups. We'll throw it down to our announcer, Michael Wainwright, with the lineups for the first playoff game out of 2 today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 Michigan Elite Young Guns semifinals. In game number 1 tonight, Team Morgan in the blue jerseys on the home bench, taking on Team Miller in the white sweaters on the visitors bench. Let's start with your home team, Morgan, at forward number 10, Anthony DePonio. At forward number 12, Luke Weaver. And at forward number 22, Javi Sarkovic. On the D-core, getting the start for Team Morgan tonight, number 20, Gino DePonio. And number 47, Lucas Bretthauer and Cameron Alvarado. Sorry, folks, bad dad over here. Getting the start at forwards, actually, number 15, Dane Gatmayton. And getting the start net tonight for Team Morgan, number 32, Reese Hutchison. All right, now for your visiting team, Miller in the white jerseys. At forward, number 12, Maxwell Brannon. At forward, number 14, Nick Smith. At forward, number 26, Lucas Milne. On defense, number 16, Jackson Leiter. And number 17, Evan Sagansky. Getting the start net tonight for Miller's number 32, Hunter Clark. Have a great game. Your officials tonight, Ted Kemper and Russ Zaselski. And a very special shout out to our announcers, Ryan Radosevich and Sean Massa.
Well, how nice. Oh, that was nice to get a little shout out here, but let's shout out the players on the ice. It's game 1 of the semifinals between 3 and 3, Team Morgan seated at number 2, and 2 and 4, Team Miller seated at number 3. The winner goes on to the championship, and we'll find out who will meet them later on tonight. But we got the number 3 versus number 2 seed game coming in hot here from Big B Ice Cube Coffee of Brighton. That was totally said correctly. Welcome to the game, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be big early on if Team Miller can establish the zone. That was their kind of blunder all season, quote-unquote, 6 weeks, but season.
6 weeks of regular season play has come and gone, and Team Slater, the team that got the number 1 seed, we'll see them later on. They went 5-1. They were undefeated going into week 6. They lost to this very team in blue 5-2 just a couple weeks ago as we have our first icing of the game. A great opportunity to talk to you about the starting goaltenders in the net. Well, currently outside the net. Number 32, Reese Hutchison in net for Team Morgan in the baby blue. And on the opposite side of the ice, it's another number 32, Hunter Clark between the pipes for Team Miller.
That's the big thing for Team Morgan with how good they've been.
Right off the draw, that one glances off the left leg pad of Hutchinson. He makes his first official save of the game, and they break out towards center.
Well, as we're talking about it, they got opportunities on them, but the big saving grace for Team Morgan throughout the year was their goaltending rose to the occasion whenever they were needed. There were some games where defense and goaltending was kind of iffy, but when they needed them to be hot, Shabadi, who's going to get the second half here, I'd assume, and Hutchison, they were absolutely spectacular.
Here comes Gatmayton over the line. Slows up play a bit, gets a couple trailers. Good move, gets away from one, but he's got no open bodies. Somehow gets through. Cross-ice feed is deflected behind the net. Good play there from Gatmayton. He drew 4 defenders and somehow got it through him.
He had Dumas, too. If that gets through and there's not a stick on that puck in the slot, you're looking at early on highlight reel, and there's another one right there to keep the puck in.
Gatmayton will get it back, but he catches the body, dishes it to his teammate, and Hunter Clark will make his first save of the game.
big for Hunter Clark. Hunter Clark is kind of the same story we saw in those 6 regular season games as we talked about Reese Hutchison. When he's hot, but when things have gone south in front of him, hasn't been the best. Of course, that's the case with most goaltenders, but nonetheless.
Lucas Schmaggy with it over the line. The rest of his team goes off in a change, so he dashes towards the net. A good poke check there from Hutchison. Gat Mayton, he's on an extended shift. He'll bank it off the boards for his teammate. He goes off in a change. Here comes Team Morgan. Cross-ice feed, back door. Oh, just evading that one wide was Jack Dumas.
Yeah, just not in the wheelhouse right there. Good adjustment, though, to get rid of it, but really good angle by Hunter Clark.
Great keeping at the blue line there. Gino DePonio able to keep it in. He still got it. Dumas sweeps one towards the net in front of Clark, and he'll cover it up.
That's a good stop the challenge out top of his blue paint. Normally, sometimes you see young goaltenders sulk back in their crease when stuff like that happens and a turnover occurs, and they're a little late to the party to challenge right there. If Clark is late to the party right there, that's in the back of the net most likely. Probably a lot of space on that deflection, but he challenged on top of the crease, and he was able to stay strong.
T. Miller able to get it to center. Here's Lucas Schmaggy once more over the blue line. Little toe drag move, couldn't get it through Alvarado. Into the corner it goes. Tapped free behind the net of Hutchison. Ooh, big hit there. Both players still up. Alvarado trying to catch up to that one against Solomon. Alvarado will. Alvarado showing off his speed early. He'll dump it behind the net. Alex Kiro battling against 2 opponents for that one. Kiro will backhand it over towards his teammate. And T. Miller over center. Schmaggy once more through a number of bodies. Almost beats the last 2 men. At center, Rockman had it for a second. That was Johnson, but here comes T. Miller once more. Streaking in, shot taken into the glove of Hutchison.
Quick glove right there. I mean, it's an odd chance from the outside for Hutchison, but he was able to see it all the way into the glove. Good to get going early because his team's doing so much on the opposite end that he's kind of sitting back there and probably lost in his own thoughts. Wish we had the mic on him for that one because might have been some interesting thoughts from Reese Hutchison when he sees his team on the other end for a solid 3 minutes.
And T. Morgan able to win that one cleanly.
Oh, what a
charge
pass.
Down the ice. Great pass. Mikey E couldn't handle that one, though, as it bounces to the corner.
Yeah, it was kind of a tough window to fit that pass in. Yee had to really make a tight adjustment to try to reel it in,
Behind the net now. T. Morgan has been in this offensive zone for most of the game, but hasn't had many shots yet. They've just been pestering it and not allowing T. Miller to clear cleanly as that one gets airmailed over to center. Green glove to stick. McDonald with it over the line. Takes a shot. That one gives a rebound off of Hutchinson, but he covers it up.
That's a tough window, too, for McDonald to even get that shot through. Hutchinson definitely didn't see that one 100% cleanly with the defenseman on the outside. But as you were talking about, yeah, the plethora of zone pressure from Team Morgan. One recorded shot on goal. It was that deflection in front that Hunter Clark easily turned aside. Other than that, the backdoor to Dumas that he kind of had to try to go behind Clark, ended up going wide, didn't record a shot, and some failed opportunities through the slot that just haven't connected. But they've been really, really good in the offensive zone, at least at working on the perimeter, just trying to get into the slot.
At center now with some speed is Leiter. He'll chase it down in the corner for himself. Gives it off to McDonald. McDonald working behind the net, centering, nobody there. JT House picks it up, tries a shot into a body. Just evades that blue line.
Yeah, House is kind of thinking to himself right now, why do I have to be so tall? If he's not as tall as he is, he has a chance to kind of toe drag that one around, but since his arms are pretty much longer than a lot of players out there, he can't tuck that puck in enough to make the move, because if he could have right there, he would have been easy around the defender.
House with the shot from a low angle. Hutchison gloves that one up. Another shot on net for Team Miller, but easy to make the save for Hutchison when you see him the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, as we saw it right there with the reach of House, I mean, he was top of the circle nearly. That shot came from the hash marks.
House clean off the dot. Back to the point. Goff has it now. Shot taken into some traffic over the net.
And just airmailed on him. Nearly took a head off.
At the blue line, 2 forwards pressure, but they blow by Goff with a shot just over the net once more.
He's not going to like that either. You saw him look up to the sky.
Here's a chance now. The 2 cherry pickers as Gat Mayton has it with Dumas at center.
Ew. Gat Mayton's really good on the perimeter today.
And he'll get it once more. Winds up. That one not far over the corner.
That was a really good opportunity. He's been everywhere so far early on. He was everywhere last week. He was a big part of their 5-2 win over Team Slater.
Dumas will get that loose puck. He'll spill a tire in the corner. No arm. Oh, there is an arm raised at center. The referee will call it. So we'll have our first power play of the game, and Team Miller already arguing they don't like the call of Saigansky pleading his case.
I don't think that was a trip.
I think he lost his skate blade. Yeah,
he didn't,
yep.
It wasn't a trip. He lost his blade.
Yep, Dumas is skating on one blade right
I
now.
wonder if they'll think about taking it away.
I think they just did.
They should. That's the right call to take it away. That should not be a penalty. You actually see the head of Michigan Elite. Michael Wainwright's on the bench. So I can tell you from a little bit of, they're not going to take it away, but I can tell you from a little bit of experience, he's gonna be vocal. No matter what level, no matter what type of hockey you're playing. He's going to be very vocal.
I guess Saigansky was the first one to tell the referees that it was a skate
blade. They did wave it off.
There we go. Okay, they did.
There was a little confusion right there. You saw the near side linesman kind of signal, no, we're good, 5-on-5. And yeah, that was weird. That's one of the weirder ones, but hey, it's a situation and a time to pat ourselves on the back and say, hey, we were right.
So a lost blade, but not a tripping call. The phantom tripping call has been waved off. 5-on-5 hockey, as we are 4.5 minutes into the first semifinal of 2 today. It's playoffs here at Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns. We'll see what team will advance to the championship and what team will go to the third place game. There's a chance in front. The backhander there by Weaver goes across the crease. Gat Maiden now up at the blue line. He creeps in. A little toe drag, but loses it. Paddles back, but he can't get it.
Rolled off the heel.
DeBiro able to get across the man.
Gat Maiden's got a really clean stride, too.
Alvarado. I haven't said his name at all, but we're going to say his name a lot as he charges down the ice.
Talk about a clean stride. Here's Cameron Alvarado.
Alvarado, low angle, looking for his man. Back door was Gat Maiden. He'll give it back to the point for Weaver. Nice little shimmy shake, gets away from one, backhands one, circles wide.
Yeah, I would have loved to see. You would have loved to see the man. I believe it was Owen Wilk right there on the top go down through the seam. That's pretty.
Gat Maiden, another nice move, and he finds the back of the net. The first goal of the game is scored by Team Morgan here in the semifinals.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Nasty.
That was an absolute beauty. I mean, we talked about how he was everywhere. That was absolutely unreal.
Seemed like it was just about time that he was going to get something. Even though it's early on, he was all over the ice, and Dame Gat Maiden gets the first goal of the game for Team Morgan. It's 1-0. These teams have faced each other twice so far. Here's a turnover. Scratch that. Never mind. These teams have faced each other 2 times in the regular season. Back in week 1, it was Team Morgan taking a 5-4 thriller of a victory in the last 10 seconds. Jacob Brandt, the man with the puck who just spilled to the ice, he got the game-winning goal back in week 1. And then in week 4, Team Morgan, a controlling 9-3 win. So the team in blue has won the regular season series against Team Miller.
No, I mean, the team in blue's been unreal all year. The team in white's had a couple road bumps, but they've had a lot of close games just not go their way, especially that week 1. I mean, it was the overtime loss, or it was, the loss with the buzzer-beating goal. It was an end-to-end goal by McDonald to tie it up. It was just a couple bounces that didn't go their way, that ends up in the back of their own net, but that's kind of the story how it was all year.
Here's another turnover in the Team Miller zone. They'll get it back, though. Swinigan able to pick it up. He'll bounce it off the boards, and they'll collect. Another bank off the boards. This one feeds McDonald. McDonald in stride. On the backhand looking for that top corner. Hutchison says no.
That's a dangerous angle by Hutchison right there. He was giving a lot of respect to McDonald's speed, expecting him to maybe cut across into the slot to try to go and tuck it with the forehand onto the blocker side, because he was respecting that blocker a lot. He left that glove wide and said, if you're going to put it there, my body's not there. I'm going to glove it down. And, I mean, obviously it worked for him, made the save, but wow. McDonald definitely had a window with that blocker, or with that backhand. Excuse me.
Team Morgan into the offensive zone. Jackson Leiter in the corner. This one bounces to Lucas Milne. Another non-clean zone exit for Team Miller, but it won't cost them just yet. JT House will take a whack at it. It goes over the blue line.
Look out.
8 minutes gone here in the first period of number 1 semifinals out of 2 today.
Uh-oh.
Here's Jacob Brandt. That one slapped aside by the poke check of Ulmer.
Brandt's got a Brandt's got a quick release, too. That's kind of why I evaded to the uh-oh, and he almost got it off.
Ooh, Green couldn't connect there with Milne, but he'll chase it down. Centering pass to Green. Ooh, he had it for a second, but good defense.
Even better stick by Hutchison right there. Put the paddle down.
Cutting towards center. Milne, looking for that top corner just wide. Back up at the blue line. Golf snaps one. Hutchison tried to glove that off the ice. Couldn't do so. JT House, low angle shot off the body of Hutchison. T. Miller buzzer right now. Half slapper into a body. Milne tracks this one down. Milne centering pass. Ooh, good creativity, but JT House was blocked. Here comes DePonio the other way. Anthony DePonio.
They're tired. Tired at the end of a shift right there. DePonio had really nothing he could do. He tried to basically do something on, I want to say 1-on-5, but at the same time he also had a man right behind him to take the pass away if he could have got the drop, but I mean, he really had nothing he could do.
Milne will spin one over. JT House a little too close to corral that hot pass. He'll go off into change. Shot taken there. Rebound in front. Ooh, Mikey Yee could have potted that one in the back of the net if he had reflexes like Spider-Man.
Yeah, if he was a lefty. If he was a lefty, that puck's in the back of the net. But, I mean, as a righty with the puck right there, that's impossible. That is an impossible window. And Yee's had that happen twice where it's just been unfortunate bounce left to right. I mean, he's in the right place, right time. It's just sometimes, like they said, the cookie doesn't crumble your way.
Schmaggy cross-ice feed, couldn't find Brennan. Maxwell Brennan will chase it down instead. They battle for it in the corner, picked up by Johnson. He'll pivot the other way. Jack Johnson with some open ice, so gain that red line and slap it in. Less than 10 minutes to play here in the first period. It's the number 2 seeded Team Morgan taking on the number 3 seeded Team Miller. Team Slater versus Team Posa coming up later on. Here's a chance here for Team Miller to tie it. Saved by Hutchison. Good chance there from Nick Smith. Didn't even look like he was going to get around that last man, but he still got a little bit of a shot off.
He's got a long stride, so he extends one way, and he's got half a stride and an advantage right there.
This one around the boards, picked up by Kiro.
Oh, look out.
Oh,
head up.
Dumas on the blue line. He'll handle it cleanly. Dumas in on a breakaway. Forehand, backhand, and forehand in the back of the net. Team Morgan take a 2-0 lead. Jack Dumas with that one.
What a play by Wilk. He didn't see him right away either. He kind of almost just did it himself where he kind of kicked himself in the head right there, but he did it. He found the lane. Good pass to get it up. Kind of was a weird, it wasn't even a sauce you can say, but he got it up and he got it onto the blade. That's all that matters. Dumas collected that one in a weird way too, but gotta do what you gotta do, knocked it down, and it's a nice move to beat Clark to the blocker.
At the end, it worked out, and now it's a 2-0 lead for the team in blue.
Team Morgan goal scored by number 42, Jack Dumas, assisted by number 19, Owen Wilk, with 9 minutes left in the first period.
Owen Wilk getting that primary assist, and of course, without him, there would have been no chance for Dumas. That was a pass that got there, and it worked. Gatmain throws it over to the far side. Turnover in front of the net. That could have been costly. Another one here. As Aiden Duggan had an opportunity. Glove to stick. Here comes Alvarado charging those legs up as quick as he can. He'll stop near high slot. Takes a shot. Clark rebound in front. Taken out of harm's way, but it's taken by Team Morgan.
I really like what Morgan has done. I mean, put this line out there in the ice right now is disgusting. That's the only word for it. They have a really good trio of forwards too, with Sarasevich, and then I mean, Gatmain already has that goal. Alvarado's been everywhere today, and he almost had one right there himself. Really good combination of talent on the ice right now for the team in blue.
Leiter will throw one in deep. That one glances off the high glass. Picked up now by Gatmain. Pushes it to some open ice, and he gets by them.
Oh, my.
Gatmain through center, just on sides.
Ew.
Gatmain showing off the mitts. Around the net he goes. Luckily, Ulmer was there to make sure he couldn't get that wraparound cleanly.
Yeah, his edge work is showing right now. That was both those moves. To cut from the left to the middle, and then obviously the one around the defender.
Weaver taking a shot, fought off by the blocker of Clark. Now McDonald for Team Miller will pitch it forward. Duggan's pass couldn't get there.
I was actually really interested to see how does Dane Gapmaton play this one. Just how's his gap control, and then, of course, he didn't really have to do anything because it kind of fanned right into his wheelhouse to clear, but well, that's good. Players make their own luck, so.
Sarkevich pestering Goff. Goff will blow past Weaver as well. Here comes Sean Goff. Nice little move, but puts it into the legs of the last defenseman, and a chance in front. Just sent wide by Schweinigan. Shot point taken, gloved by Hutchison.
I mean, that's a really good gap right there by Lucas Brettauer. The Milford defenseman right there. I mean, you got Sean Goff dancing, and Goff on the defensive side, yes, and there's some talented defensemen, of course, all throughout Michigan Elite, but the offensive talented defensemen have really shown out. Sean Goff kind of is like an unsung hero of that, and the stat sheet hasn't been unreal for him throughout the summer, but my goodness, does he have offensive talent. And you saw it right there.
Here's a chance. Oh, it's in between the legs, and now it's in the net. Team Morgan takes a 3-0 lead. The speedy Jacob Bryan fed it to the center. Hunter Clark lost it, and I'm not sure who put it between his legs, but that's a 3-0 lead. It looks like Trent Rockman getting the goal on that one.
Yeah, Clark tried to bite, expecting a pass, and Brandt tried to tuck it in the post. And then, of course, when Clark's moving over, it gets right in that little crevice of the pad. It bounces out. He doesn't know where it is, and all Rockman has to do is stand there.
So Trent Rockman gets the third goal on the board for Team Morgan here in this first period. 14 minutes gone. It's a 3-0 lead for the number 2 seed against the number 3 seed in Team Miller. This is game 1 out of game 2 of the semifinals here in Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns. Team Slater versus Team Poza, the number 1 versus the number 4 seed, coming up just at about 8:05 Eastern Standard Time. Team Morgan looking to add to their already plentiful lead. Sean Goff with it now. Gives it off to JT House.
My goodness, do they need one bad right now.
They do. If they could get one before this period ends, that could swing how this game will end up.
That'd be great, but they haven't been able to get into the slot. Hutchison's just playing his angles, watching the puck dance on the outside, and anytime the puck gets inside, it's easily tracked into the glove because no one's in front. The shot's from a mile away, and as we've seen from Reese Hutchison, he's going to handle that very well.
Offsides there on Team Miller, so face-off will be back at neutral ice. And you said it, if Hutchison sees the puck, he's making the save. And so far, early on, it was Team Miller peppering him with shots, but they were low-angle shots, far-away shots from the outside, and it kind of got him warmed up. Now that Team Morgan has all the control in the world and Hutchison is warmed up, this is an uphill battle for the number 3 seed in Team Miller. As I got the puck now, Nick Smith had an opportunity early on. He trips on that blue line, no hand up in the air, spinning pass from the ground, goes off a skate and wide.
And he was still able to do it.
Yeah.
It's impressive right there.
Dumas tries to take a whack at that one. That one flutters over to Hutchison, but it's still in play.
Yeah, he didn't have that. He never had that puck.
He doesn't have his stick either, as Schmaggy off screen will try to get that stick back to him. Actually, it was really nice. Schmaggy's not even his teammate, and he, for a second there, seemed like he was going to push the puck, or the stick back, rather, to the goaltender of Hutchison.
And that's the tough part for Team Miller, though, when you look at it, is the 3 goals are, well, whatever. I mean, goals are going to go in, some tough breaks. I mean, you talk about the most recent one from Rockman. That's just tough. Clark kind of played it an interesting way, but not necessarily a bad way, and then it bounces right to Rockman's stick and goes against your way. But Hutchison and Sherbati are not goaltenders you can let settle in. They have been, throughout the summer, they've been guys that if one of the first 6 shots goes in, it might be a tough night.
Schmaggy taking a shot there. Hutchison against the post will make the save. The draw to his right.
But on the contrary, when Reese Hutchison started out hot, my goodness, he keeps it going. And, I mean, you're 15 minutes and 51 seconds in to this first period, and there's been maybe half a dozen shots, and they've all been really from the outside. Nothing to really give a scare to that Team Morgan bench. Like right now, yeah, 3-0. It probably feels like more for them, if we're being honest.
That one turned over near the goal line. Spinning shot by Smith. Easily blockered aside, or excuse me, leg padded aside, I should say, as this one will trickle over to Clark. He'll cover it up with the glove, and now we got to face off on the opposite side of the ice with 3:52 to play in the first period.
They just, Team Morgan right now, they have that line out there. Now they put Weaver on the wing with Javi Sarasevich and Dane Gateman, excuse me. I mean, right, or Gat Mayton right behind him. The combinations are just endless.
Team Miller will win the draw. Brennan can't clear it cleanly, though. Gino DePonio with it. He'll push it over to Weaver. Weaver using that body as a shield towards the net. It goes. That one surprised Clark, but behind the net, it goes instead. It had a chance there of sneaking in.
I thought he got that puck behind him. I'm going to be dead honest. I thought with how this game's going right now, yeah, he got that puck somehow behind Clark. And Clark actually looked behind him to the point where it was in the net. He looked over his right shoulder.
Brennan over the line. A backhand one towards Hutchinson, taken by Gino DePonio instead. Centering pass there. Aiden McDonald had a chance, handcuffed on the pass, though. Gat Mayton tries to spring Sarkevich forward, but it's taken the other way. Brennan with McDonald to his right, offsides. And that storm of whatever could have been a great opportunity for Team Miller. Instead, it's blown dead.
I mean, Team Morgan, if they can enter the second period up 3-0 with the period they've had, I already said it, but I'll say it again. It probably doesn't feel like 3-0 to them. It probably feels like 4 or 5 because they have been spectacular. And it was kind of a slow start for Team Miller, and Morgan was able to pounce on it.
Under 3 minutes to play here in the first period. This one coming back for icing. And we are in playoff form now at Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns. This is game 1 of game 2 of the semifinals. The number 3 and the number 2 seed on your screen currently. And at around 8:05 p.m., it will be the number 1 seed, Team Slater, taking on the number 4 seed in Team Posa. A draw won by Team Miller. Shot taken off of Hutchison.
Oh.
Another couple rebounds in front. That could have been a problem there. That could have been Team Miller's first. But instead, the other way it goes. Rockman already whiffed one. Now back in his own zone, Alvarado.
Probably the best opportunity for their first they've had all game. And it didn't even amount to anything. It was just a bouncing puck that, I mean, it was almost knocked down.
All season long, we've seen second chances equate to a lot of goals as that one tips just over the net of Clark. But second chance, third chance opportunities, that's what gets you a lot of goals in this league. And Team Miller, I don't think they've had 1 second chance as that one ramps off the shoulder of Clark, up and out of play off the shot by Alvarado.
Yeah, Clark is, in the last couple shots, he's kind of, his body language thrown off a little bit, but it's good to get a couple stops in because you got 12 minutes and 10 seconds and change until you go to the locker room and Tristan Schneider takes over for the second half. You got to stay strong for it. If your team's going to mount to come back and get back in this game before the halftime break, it starts in the back end in the goal crease with Hunter Clark.
Alvarado able to keep that one in for a second, but it will cross over the blue line. He'll regain it, though. Charging in, low angle shot fought off by the blocker of Clark. Nifty little stick lift there by Green. Gives it off to Swinigan. Swinigan has Green at center. Nobody guarding him, but couldn't get the pass there. Another centering pass there. Nobody home, and the backhander goes wide. I'm not sure if he was trying to feed Green or get it over that glove. Up at the blue line. Goff will give it over to DeBiro, who loses it between his legs. Now at center, it's picked off. Zyganski, nice move, but loses it as he lost his balance.
Ooh, look at Wilk right there taking Zyganski out.
Owen Wilk in the corner. He's got a beauty of an assist so far in today's game.
Hey, he's not the tallest guy, but my goodness, did he use his body to an advantage right there on the outside, angled off Zyganski. He was able to keep that puck in. He's the only reason this puck is still in the offensive zone.
Jacob Brandt trying to connect with Anthony DePonio there. Too hot to handle. It'll bounce wide. Here comes Green with DeBiro. Long shift for both of them as DeBiro meets the body of Brett Auer. Jack Johnson now putting on a show, but he can't escape the zone. He'll slap it center instead. Picked up by his teammate. Now Dumas will take that trickling puck. 33 seconds to go in the first period. Jack Johnson on the backhand. Now Dumas. Dumas to Johnson. Slap pass to the front. Didn't get there. Off the net it went. JT House. Quick pass over to Green. 20 seconds left. A goal here would be huge for Team Miller in the last minute of the first period. Players collide. Green will get it. Back near the line for Kiro. 11 seconds. Kiro shot. Rebound in front. Green now in the corner. 5 seconds remaining on the clock here in the first. Below the goal line, centering pass off a skate of Brett Auer. And the buzzer will sound. 20 minutes of play gone here in the first semifinal of the day. And it's Team Morgan 3 goals to their score to the 0 of Team Miller.
Yeah, I mean, for Team Miller, it was just an unfortunate start. Pucks rattled the opposite way. Everything kind of didn't go their way. And, I mean, Hunter Clark was the non-beneficiary of that all because he had a couple ones go in that aren't his fault but aren't at the same time shots you want to see as a goaltender, or, and most importantly, the Rockman goal in front. You want to see your defense win that battle and tie him up and not let Rockman have his stick on the ice and really just have it unattested. Like there was no battle at all in front of the net. It was just Rockman taking care of business. For Team Morgan, you got to love how you played for that first 20, and you got to see the next 10 minutes before halftime as a way to make it 5. You got to see it as a way to make it 4 or 5. You don't want to say, all right, let's coast to the locker room, take 3, hope for 3-0, maybe 3-1. No, you want 4-0, and with the way you're playing right now, don't want to say kick them when they're down, but in an essence, kick them when they're down.
So 3 goals by Team Morgan to the 0 of Team Miller. Goals scored by Dan Gatmayton. He opened up the scoring 7 minutes into this one, assisted by Jake Reiner and Yavi Sarkevich. Jack Dumas followed up with a goal of his own, assisted by Owen Wilk. And then Trenton Rockman, the last goal of the game in the first period, assisted by Lucas Bredauer and Jacob Brandt. And here we are into the second period we go of this first semifinal of the day. Teams switch sides, so now it's Team Morgan defending the net on your left and Team Miller defending the net on the right side of your screen. Same goaltenders, no early switch up in this one. JT House will backhand one over to Smith. Smith to Milne. Milne low angle shot. That one off the mask of Hutchison, and in front, Nick Smith buries the dirty rebound, and we've got the first goal of the game for Team Miller. That's how you start off a period.
Yeah, he never saw it. He never saw that puck. Hutchison makes a stop, and it rung him in the bell. So of course he's shaking his helmet a little bit because Milne's shot directly to the dome, and then all of a sudden the puck ricochets off the glass and is directly in front. Nobody put it there. It just went off his mask, off the glass, and kind of took 2 bounces, short hopped in front. Smith had to kind of try to get that one almost out of midair in the short hop, and he was able to get enough of it.
Yeah, that one surprised me. It tongue-tied me. I didn't even know it was bouncing there, and before I knew it, Nick Smith had his team's first goal of the game. So it was 3-0 after 20. And now about 30 seconds into this period, Team Miller gets their first one on the board, but Team Morgan looking to respond just outside the reach of Sarkevich. Now at center, Nick Smith, who just scored that goal, combining with Milne on a similar play. Milne streaking in, shot on Hutchison. He makes the save, and he'll sprawl out to cover it up.
Yeah, I mean, right now, that's just a bounce that goes your way if you're Team Miller, and now you're thinking to yourself, all right, the hockey gods don't hate us today. We're going to have a chance. These bounces are going to go our way. Just keep putting the puck in dangerous spots right there. For Hutchison, you're just thinking, wow, that is the most unfortunate goal I think I've let up all summer.
Zyganski gets off the draw, flutters one into the glove of Hutchison. And that was one of the, I guess you could say it was a second chance opportunity, a definite weird second chance, but Team Miller able to capitalize off of them. Or capitalize off of one, rather. 1 minute into the second period here. Nick Smith gets his team on the board just a minute ago. Draw one by Team Morgan. Weaver calling for it, but taking that was Zyganski instead. Now Weaver in the corner. Zyganski will pressure him, and he'll take the puck. He's got McDonald in front. The paddle of Hutchison. Make sure that pass didn't get there.
Hutchison's smart. He's a very smart goaltender, and he's shown flashes of that hockey IQ because he knows exactly where the puck is, when to handle it, when to take it away, what to do with the paddle, even when the puck's not near the net. He's very active at breaking up the passing lanes. It's very impressive.
Zyganski pressured there by Sarkevich. Oh, man. That could have been trouble. Wasn't far away from it, too. Great back check. Well, not even a back check by Sarkevich. I guess great forecheck as the last man was going back there with the puck.
Oh, McDonald. He almost had it, too, and we know how good he is in open space. He almost had open space.
Gatmayton battling against Ulmer. Team Miller will bring in the reinforcements in the corner to make sure Gatmayton doesn't have it. Alvarado keeps it in at the blue line. Pressured by Leiter. He'll give it off. Cross ice feed finds Weaver. Back to the point. Gap Maton once more doing some work in the low slot. One-timer taken by Weaver just off the shoulder of Clark.
Yeah, it looked like it got right inside the shoulder in the face mask, and he had no idea where the puck was on the rebound, so fortunate bounce not to be in a dangerous spot.
Team Miller will get it out of their zone.
Uh-oh. They're tired.
I believe this is Sean Goff flipping on the backhand. Gets a shot, rebound, trickles just wide.
Yeah, they're tired, so Goff almost caught him. Oh, my.
McDonald throws it towards the net, bounces off a couple bodies. McDonald, you could tell he is absolutely gassed here.
Oh, they're all tired, but even on that rush by Sean Goff, the entirety of Team Morgan was gassed. It looked like Goff was pretty much just going through cones because no one can move.
Duggan going through cones of defensemen, takes a shot. Hutchison makes the save, and he wanted to play it, but the whistle will blow it dead as now Team Miller will finally get that change on the long shift here, but they had a chance.
Yeah, both teams need it right now, but Team Miller was fueling on momentum. Their legs were churning and everything was going their way. Here's an interesting time for Team Miller to turn it up, and you get one more, and all of a sudden we got ourselves a hockey game. We got ourselves one right now. Of course, it's 2 goals, but I mean, you get one more and start making it really interesting with how this game started. You're not thinking right now. Team Miller probably on the prowess.
16:35 here in the second period. Chasing that one down is Brandt, but the first one on it lighter for his own team. Brandt will take it from him. Brennan will take that pass instead, and once again another turnover. Rockman tried to feed Brandt down low, but Leiter will say no and take it the other way. Leiter couldn't get past Brett Hour. Centering pass there, here's trouble. Brennan with a shot, banks off of Hutchison. Another chance, Hutchison makes a save.
There's another rebound, though, that Reese Hutchison had no idea where it was because it kind of took a weird bounce.
Sean Goff gets away from a couple, paddled by Hutchison behind his own net.
Just odd behavior for a puck. And Hutchison's probably thinking that right now. He's probably thinking, why are they doing that? Something he's doing wrong, but, I mean, the pucks are just taking weird bounces off the pads.
Team Morgan finally outside of their own zone. DeBiro now taking that one at center, but Rockman will pick up that loose puck instead. Trenton Rockman over the line. Keeps it going. Oh, cross ice feed. That puck was bouncing, but it could have been dangerous.
Owen Wilk. Dangerous chance right there.
Team Morgan able to get it down low. Charging towards the net. He'll cut behind it instead. Brett Hour at the point. Slaps it right back to him, and it'll circle to Brandt. In the corner now, Team Miller able to get it. The outlet pass a little bit too far. Swinigan, though, I was going to say if he turns on the Jets, he'll negate the icing, but he coasts over to it and gets it instead off of a long shift. Swinigan throws it over to DeBiro, too far for him. Brett Hauer will slap it near side. Wilk will try to glove it down, but he can't. Over to Rockman it goes. Swinigan, no look pass, goes to the other team. Now Kiro spinning with that one. It can't be clear. Jack Johnson keeps this one in, puts on the brakes in the corner. Kiro, excellent job to stick right with him like glue.
Yeah, Jack Johnson was missed last week for Team Morgan. I know they won, but he was definitely, it was noticeable he wasn't on the ice.
Green will fire that one towards center. Gino DePonio takes a man into the boards.
Oh,
now
no.
let's say goodbye Smith. He's already got one looking for that corner just over.
They try to go short side. They know Hutchison's glove is lightning fast.
And there was some daylight up there, but he couldn't get it to go. 6 minutes gone in this second period. Here comes Alvarado, puts on the brakes. That one not far off the corner as well.
Yeah, he put it right where he needed to, too. High blocker side right next to the ear, and it almost got a break, but uh-oh.
Here's a 2-on-1 for Team Miller. Smith over to DeBiro, I believe. Milne, thank you. It's hard to see the 26 and 25. Milne with it. Green in front. Takes a shot. Hutchison comes across and makes the save.
That's just instinct. Talked about his IQ. He knew where that puck was going all the way.
Alvarado's cross-ice feed doesn't go anywhere. He'll get it back. Creeps in. That shot off of something and wide.
Waited just a little too long. He kind of let the defense collapse and let there get traffic in the lane.
Here's Green. He'll give it off to Milne. Milne will track this one down, but it's taken by Mikey Yee. Milne, good press to the boards. He'll win that puck. Milne now in the slot with it, going around the world. Tries to give it off to his defenseman, Ulmer.
Just get it out.
But Zyganski will backtrack and grab this one. Johnson hot on his tail.
Great recovery from Team Miller. My goodness, this is not the same team we watched for the first 20 minutes.
Completely different second period now. Skating in deep with that was Zyganski. Andy McDonald, stick tied up with Johnson. Johnson gets his stick free and will bank it off the glass to center. JT House throws it behind Ulmer.
Oh, no.
Oh, Ulmer's pass almost picked off. Gab Maiden just inches away from springing himself free with the takeaway. Here comes Aiden Duggan. Loses that one, taken by Sarkevich.
Just hopped over his blade. Oh, boy, look out.
We've got an active puck today as here comes McDonald. McDonald, low angle, circles the net,
Ooh.
shot taken off the post.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the minute he had the puck, something was going to happen. He's fancy on the outside. He's fast. He's got great edges.
Leiter with the chance, and it finds a way into the back of the net. Don't look now, but Team Miller entered this period down 3. Now they're only down 1.
Yeah, I mean, Hutchinson didn't even move. It didn't deflect. It didn't change direction. It somehow, some way made its way through all the traffic in the world, and that's one he's going to kick himself for. It's not necessarily you're not going to look at him and say you should have had it, but you're not going to look at him and say, all right, you had no chance. It's just unfortunate because you're not expecting that puck to not leave the ice. You're expecting it probably to be about pad height, and if it goes to the ice, it moves that way.
Yeah, that one had seeing eyes. I don't know if anybody touched it, and Hutchinson was hoping it did because that one just slipped ice level all the way through, and now Team Miller with 2 unanswered goals after a rough first period, but here comes Gab Maiden. He opened up the scoring, cross-ice feed over Sarkevich. Fake shot, pass down low, couldn't connect with Wilk. Sarkevich gets it back. Good move, gets away from one. The cross-ice feed taken the other way.
Oh, what a stick from Weaver to at least disrupt it.
Aiden Duggan with a chance, but taken the other way. Sarkevich sees a man cross ice all the way down. Here's Gab Maiden, slips it 5-hole. What a nifty play. Gab Maiden gets his second.
Yeah, I mean, that is yucky. He is so good. My goodness, he is talented. That is an excellent shot. That is, sometimes you hate giving comparisons that are professional, but that is a Patrick Kane-esque breakaway right there. That's quite literally what that was. He looked up Patrick Kane highlights, watched them, and got his idea for the breakaway. But he saw the 5-hole. Clark kind of gave it up a little bit, and that's just, my goodness, that was an impressive one. But what another stretch pass, just 2 to leak behind, and that's how you got 2 of your goals.
Just slipped it 5-hole. Didn't even show that he was going to shoot at that second, and before you knew it, it already slipped through the 5-hole of Clark. That was some nifty little handwork to shift it right through the hole. So even though Team Miller had 2 of their own to start this period, now Team Morgan answer, and it's back to a 2-goal lead for the team in blue. A backhander by Schmaggy sent just wide. Leiter centering it now. Schmaggy turned the other way.
That is just an unreal answer, too, from Team Morgan. Now it's up to Team Miller to answer. Oh, boy, look out.
Oh, we are nearing the halfway point of this game, and sticks are flying. 10:26 to go. Here's a chance for Leiter. Got through. Shot taken. Reese Hutchinson doesn't know where it is, and it's in the back of the net. Brendan finds it and buries it. Back to a 1-goal lead for Team Morgan. What a second period so far.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, Jackson Leiter. Take a bow. Got through, and I kind of saw it. I was like, oh, he has this puck on his skate, and he kicked it to himself. Hutchinson kind of tried to poke check him, challenged, weird bouncing puck. Hutchinson tried to stick the right leg out to stop the rebound. It just kind of sat there, and Brandon, who actually skated by the puck, was able to reach back and just get enough of it because he did not get 100% of the lumber on it. My goodness, and look at the clock, too. 20 seconds probably right before your halftime that they do that to get it to 1.
Another huge goal here for Team Miller. The lead is cut back down to 1. Schmaggy will get the assist with Leiter, and Brennan getting that goal, just putting it in back door as it was just sitting on that goal line for a second or two. We have eclipsed the halfway point in this one, so the next whistle will be our halftime break here. Let's see if Team Morgan can reclaim that 2-goal lead before we get there. An utter surge of dominance from Team Miller in this period has gotten them back in this one, and here's another opportunity. Just slips past Swinigan. Here comes Gino DePonio. Back behind the goal it goes for Rockman. Rockman still with it. Shot taken from the point. That one deflects wide. Swinigan with it. Wanted to connect with Smith on the no-looker, but Smith was way more forward than he thought he was. This puck along the near side boards now. Kiro will pick it up. Slaps that one over center it goes.
Oh boy.
Ooh, Green had a chance there, but it'll bounce to Brett Auer instead. A little bit of puck luck going back to Team Morgan, but Green will take it right back. Green to Kiro. Kiro at the blue line, shot into Alvarado. Excuse me, that was Rockman taking that shot. Now at center, taken by Team Miller. Kiro slaps it over to Swinigan, bounces off the bench of Team Miller instead. Nick Smith now pressuring, but a good play by Rockman, still with it. He's got two trailers behind him. He'll drag him all the way into the blue line. Couldn't get much help, though. Green will leave this one over to Ulmer. Ulmer to Smith. 8:22 to play, no whistle so far. Smith tries to get past that last man. He can't. Ulmer will press it in the corner. Rockman fans on the first outlet clear. Here's Nick Smith.
One too many. Probably wasn't a timed dance right there.
Zyansky tries to clear it. He can't.
He didn't know that. Obviously, he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head, but he had people right behind him. Just an unfortunate time to try to make something happen.
Brett Auer with it in his own zone. 8 minutes to play here in the second period. It was 3-0 after 20 for Team Morgan. Now they've only got a 1-goal lead. Looking to add to it, though. Alvarado with a chance. Clark makes a save, I think, off the leg pad and the glove, and it pops up into the air.
Big time stop for Clark. Had a tough period. Or a tough game, excuse me, but that's a big one.
Huge time to make a save. As Mikey E will backhand one towards the blue line. Nobody home for his squad. Milne picks it up. Milne has House who calls for it. House over the line.
Oh
my gosh. JT House, top corner. How you doing? That'll end the first half, and Team Miller will tie this one up at 4. It was 3-0 12 minutes ago, and now it's a 4-4 game in the semis.
Yeah, we played 3 straight minutes back and forth. Not really dangerous chances either way, and what a move, what an absolute rocket, and my goodness, that was a cinematic 30 minutes. Oh boy, this is going to be a fun final 27-19, and maybe free hockey at the end. You never know.
We'll be back with the second half of the first semifinal of the day here on YouTube TV. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to semifinal game number 1 between the number 2 seed Team Morgan and the number 3 seed Team Miller, excuse me. As we got a late player joining the ice. If you missed us here in the first half, we are sitting at 7:19 in the second period to go. It was a 3-0 lead by Team Morgan. They stormed out to a lead in that first period. And then right when the second period started, it kind of flipped a switch, and Team Miller, they got 1 goal. They got 2. It went to 4-2 for Team Morgan, but now it sits 4-4 as we resume play here in the second period. Reiner Doswitch joined alongside Sean Massa. We got a heck of a game to go, as here's a chance for Brennan to get his second. His backhander saved by Sherbati, and we have 2 new goaltenders as Sherbati will make another save. Welcome to the game, Jacob Sherbati. Reese Hutchinson stays, or excuse me. Oh yeah, welcome to the game, Sherbati, as Reese Hutchinson's game is over. And then on the opposite side of the ice, Hunter Clark's day will be done. It will be Tristan Schneider taking up between the pipes for Team Miller. That draw won by Team Miller. They were down 4-2 with about 13 minutes to go in the second and tied it up right before break. A beautiful top corner goal by JT House was the last whistle in that period before the break. Here's a chance. Alvarado regains his feet. Now in the high slot, Leiter will take it. Leiter 2-on-1. Could have given off to Milne. Instead, he skates it forward. Leiter backhands over to Milne. Milne collects, forehand, backhand, puts it in. That's off his hinges. They say no goal.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
That could have been the lead for Team Miller. Milne, hands to the head. He's saying that would have gone in either way if the net was pushed off or not.
It would have, and it was Sherbati who knocked it off when he was pushing back. That's...
Yeah, Milne's going to talk to the ref about that one. That could have been their lead. So Sherbati catches a break as that pass got to Milne. Milne made a magnificent move, but the net and its weak hinges, or weak pegs rather, making sure that that one stays 4-4, I guess.
Well, in the wise words of Reese Hutchinson, whose night is done, man, these pegs are bad. If you haven't seen the Mic'd Up, Michigan Elite Hockey on social media.
Go give them a follow. Instagram, they do a lot of posting there.
But of course,
great content. As Milne looking for another one. They're looking for at least another shot. Never mind, that was DeBiro. Keep mixing up the 25 and 26. Excuse me on that, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Milne. Nope, DeBiro. Jesus Christ, I can't get it right. DeBiro in the corner. Facing off against Cooper Massimino. Now Schmaggy will pick it up. Turns towards the net. Meets a plethora of skaters. Nick Smith back to Ulmer. Ulmer back to Smith. And it doesn't get there as Dumas breaks it up. Sends it off the near side boards. Mikey Yee get it off his skate. Back to Dumas it goes. Dumas glancing over the line. Puts on the brakes. That pass going nowhere. Taken the other way by Schmaggy. Schmaggy, Smith to his left. Schmaggy will take the shot into a body. Looking to gather the rebound himself, but it's pitchforked to center by Massimino. Dumas slaps one over to Wilk. Wilk back to Green, or excuse me. That was Mikey Yee with a chance there, and getting a piece of that was Schneider.
Mikey Yee, I mean, so many opportunities to hit his stick. Glad he was able to get a shot off on that one. He didn't have it roll off or anything, but...
Wilk with the chance there. That snapped into the glove of Schneider, so Schneider making his first official save of the game with the glove.
We've said the name Mikey Yee a few times today, and for good reason. He's been everywhere. He's had a really, really good game on the offensive end. I said it about Gat Mayton before he was able to tuck a few. And it seems like Yee is just waiting and knocking on the doorstep.
Less than 5 to play here in this second period. It's a tie game after Team Morgan went out to a 3-0 lead in the first period.
Oh
Team
boy.
Morgan, though, looking to answer. Jack Johnson dropping to a knee. That shot glances over the net off a body. Kiro will pick it up.
He had all day. He just kind of sat there and waited for the puck to get to him and basically could have drank a coffee in the slot.
Kept in by Johnson at the line. He'll snap it down low to his teammate Brandt. Brandt back to Johnson. Johnson with a shot. Good stick in the way by number 6, Sullivan. Rockman centering pass. Johnson with another fire just over the net.
Johnson just floating in the slot, and they're finding ways to get it there.
Johnson open again, looking for the far side. Couldn't get it there.
God, cover him. Oh, my.
Johnson, I was going to say that would be his 5th shot on this shift. So that one skips out the zone, no arm in the air. After that one is Gap Mayton. Pass off the boards to himself. No, excuse me. That's Weaver.
Normally you'd see an arm go in the air right there when it's an iffy one with an iffy stick in the skates, especially at the end of a really long shift in the offensive zone.
McDonald somehow avoids the metal stanchions at center. Great pass. Schweinigen able to get it. He'll spill towards the ice. Weaver against Schweinigen. He'll leave it for Johnson. 3:20 to go in the second period. A 4-4 tie in this one between the number 2 and the number 3 seed.
Oh, boy, Johnson.
Rockman, cross-ice feed. Here's Johnson once more. Gets through on the backhand. Slips towards the net. And Schneider waiting for his team to play it. Instead, will cover it up instead.
I mean, goodness gracious, the Jack Johnson show right there. I mean, he's going to go back. He's going to go back to the bench right now, and he's going to say, all right, I don't know what I can do to buy one. My teammates set me up every single chance right there. Schneider made some big saves. Defensive sticks were huge right there.
Getting made on the dot. He'll go to work, but it's won by T. Miller instead. Sean Goff will shift it near side. Milne, touch pass. This one's slipping through. High slot. Here's Brennan. Brennan picks it up. Far side. Gets it to go on the ice. And T. Miller officially have their first lead in this game.
Absolutely beautiful. He saw him streak by. He kind of looked like flat feet on the defense. And, oh, boy, if you're on the bench right now in blue, what are you going to do? Because, my goodness, everything is flipped. You're up 3-0. That is 5-1 since.
If you told me after the first period that T. Miller will get the lead in this game or even in the second period, I would have thought you were pulling my leg. But here we stand with T. Miller. They were down 3-0. Now they're up 5-4 in the semifinals. This one means a lot. This one matters. Whoever wins goes to the championship game next week against the winner of Team Slater versus Team Poza coming up later today. Milne at center. He's been electric. Gets over that line. Brendan's high slot. He's already got 2 courtesy of that last one as that one slips by. Sarkevich springs it forward. Alvarado with a chance. Saved. Just got a nick of that glove off of Schneider.
Schneider's very sound, very calm. Didn't panic on that one. We saw 43 leaking by.
Sarkevich with a chance. Cross-ice feed. Stopped in front by Schneider, and he'll gobble up the rebound as well.
Yeah, I mean, once again, he's calm. Very calm. Didn't panic at all. Cross trees, kind of stayed squared. Was able to be in the right place, right time, and it's going to be a big-time second half of this game for Tristan Schneider. Team's rolling on the offensive side. Now can you provide what your team has kind of struggled to get at times, just timely goaltending at that. They've gotten great goaltending, but timely goaltending.
That one barely kept in by Team Morgan. Below the goal it goes. Alvarado had it for a second. Now it's taken by DeBiro. Snapping that one forward. Too hot to handle. Sarkevich throws it down low. Gat Mayton with a chance. Good play by Omer. Gat Mayton trying to do maybe one move too many. Now here's Nick Smith with some speed. Gets it near the goal line. Smith around the net he goes. Looks like he got a bump there from Sarkevich or the back of the net, and he loses it. Sarkevich now with it.
Look out.
That one trickles over the blue line. Sarkevich maybe too broad of a stick handle there, and it goes off sides.
It's an unfortunate roll. That is really unfortunate because you saw
4 players.
Yeah, the entire line in an essence.
So the face-off on neutral ice. Team Miller, yes, with a 5-4 lead in this one. Good play there by Cyganski. Goes all out to try to get a little tap past Wilk, but he couldn't do so, and he spills to the ice instead. He'll reclaim his stick as here comes Team Miller. Dumas near at the line, gets it over somehow, some way, and it stays in. Good reach there by Weaver, able to keep it in. Anthony DePonio spinning in the corner, loses it. Nick Smith with it. He's got Schmaggy to his left side. I believe Milne.
He lost his blade again.
Oh my gosh. The second time Dumas has lost a blade. This time won't be any confusion of a tripping call at all, as he will hop over towards his bench with the loose skate blade.
It's just laying in center ice. It's just laying in the center dot.
And that one unfortunately for Team Morgan, will go up and out of play. So Dumas will be able to get that skate blade once more. He's a little bit frustrated that that's the second time it's happened all game, and it's a semifinals here.
My goodness. I mean, happening once is weird. Happening twice is just, you don't even know what it is at some point. You're just like, okay, I don't understand how this keeps happening. They're kind of looking like it broke. Yeah, I think it broke.
I don't think players have backup. Maybe some have backup skate blades. Here's a chance for Rockman.
They 100% do. They should. In the bag. Just tuck inside of a skate guard, throw it in a zipper.
Now we'll see if Dumas, we'll see when he comes back. Hopefully he does, as now Team Morgan are down a man. That shot had it aside.
Should always have a second pair, not just for this happening, because that's not guessable, but in case one's dull.
Johnson takes on two, can't get through. Here comes Solomon. Loses it at center, now taken by Swinigan. Swinigan to McDonald, and the time will trickle away here in the second period. So after 20 minutes of play, it was Team Morgan up 3-0. Team Miller explodes back in the second period, and they claim the lead at 5-4. 5-1 stretch of goals in that 20 minutes of play. Now we're coming down to the last period of play here in semifinal number 1.
Yeah, Team Morgan right now, you got to cook something up, because my goodness, it is not looking good. Team Miller has just taken the world by storm. It doesn't look like the team we saw in the first 20 minutes, or, I can't do quick math, but whatever 60 minutes times 6 games is 120? 120? No, way off. Nonetheless, 360 minutes of hockey we saw in the summer. They look completely different.
And that could be credited to Kip Miller on the bench, the head coach of Team Miller, of course. He had to miss the first period, but now he's back in the game. I think he came back into the game near the middle of that second period when they're on that stretch. So Kip Miller, the former Homie Baker winner skater at Michigan State University back in 1990, barking some commands for the bench, and it seems to be working, as his team down 3-0 are now up 5-4 in a do-or-die game to get to the championship. Third period, puck drop just seconds away. 20 minutes and maybe some extra hockey needed in this one. As boy, it looked like Team Morgan could have ran away with it, but instead it's Team Miller with the lead. McDonald trying to extend it as we get right into the third period of action. Teams have switched sides once more. It's Team Morgan defending the net on your screen right now. They find themselves down 1. They have not lost all season long to Team Miller. They won 5-4 in week 1, 9-3 in week 4. Now they're staring down a 1-goal deficit, as that will come back for an icing on Team Morgan.
Yeah, they're looking at Dumas on the bench, trying to pop it back in or figure something out. That's a tough one to lose too. I mean, he's been everywhere today. He's had a really good game, besides the two most notable things obviously are his skate blade coming off. But nonetheless, he's been really sound.
He's got a goal so far on the game.
Well, yes, but it's more notable that his skate blade popped out. Twice.
That hasn't happened all season long, and we see some crazy things happen here at Michigan Elite Hockey Young Guns. Here's Leiter. He's been dancing all night long. He got a goal earlier this game and got an assist earlier this game doing just that. Here's a chance in front, just glances wide. Goff asking for it back at the point, but Leiter will take it instead. Leiter pestered by Team Morgan defensemen, but they can't clear Sean Goff with it. Around Johnson he goes, loses it as he blew a tire. Here's a chance for Team Morgan though, 2-on-1. Brandt with Wilk. Brandt gets it to Wilk. Low angle shot taken, rebound in front, and Schneider able to cover it up.
Yeah, Leiter just won the battle right there in front. Simply put, Leiter won the stick battle with Brandt. You didn't allow him to bulldoze over and kind of establish himself. Still got wood on in towards Schneider, but not enough to really scare Schneider. It was kind of just, he tapped it towards him. Schneider covered it up, but really good defense from Leiter right there to keep it away. Good angle, though, from Schneider to stop that one.
Avi Sarkevich on the dot for Team Morgan, unable to win it as Almer will bank one off his own net.
Oh, look out.
Ooh, Getmain gets back in time. Brendan's got 2, looking for that hat trick. Wilk will pick this one up, though, dangerously in the zone.
Oh, man.
Pestered by Milne. That one will slip over towards Sherbati, and he'll cover it up, as that was a number of chances that could have gone wrong there for Team Morgan.
Luckily, it didn't go wrong for Team Morgan.
Face off to the blocker side of Sherbati. Sherbati's sporting some different pads as well. He started the season all black pads. Now he's got a combination of a black glove with the rest white. Down low with it is Milne. Milne centering pass. Couldn't find Green. Sarkevich cleanly in his own zone. Never mind. Milne off the skate. Milne gets it. Looking for Green. Gets it to Green and gets it to go. Team Miller now with a 6-1 goal streak. They break this one open. It's now a 6-4 lead for Team Miller.
Oh, my. Oh, my goodness gracious. This has been absolutely insane. And, I mean, Team Morgan looks like they have no idea what just happened.
And Sarkevich, who got away from one man back there, couldn't get past Milne. Milne off his skate, springs that play, and then Alex Green all alone in front. Gets it to go past Sherbati. Nothing Sherbati can really do with no defenseman, and that's just a misplay there. Nobody back for Team Morgan at all, and it cost them. Cost them a huge goal, too.
And whoever elected to play Freebird, the Freebird remix right after that goal, I mean, that's just tough for Team Morgan. It's got to feel good for Team Miller, though. I mean, 6 of the last 7 goals have belonged to the team in white. I mean, that's a stat that if you would have told me an hour ago, I would have said, nice joke.
Once again, it was 3-0 for Team Morgan. 20 minutes through this. Now 6 of the last 7 goals in this one scored by the team in white, and now they've got a 2-goal lead to a team they haven't beaten all season long.
Never 3 times.
Here's a chance far side for Gino DePonio.
I usually say that in football, but kind of works here.
Nobody could beat Team Miller 3 times in a row. As Schmaggy looking to create some magic. Gets it through the 5-hole. Schmaggy, he scores. It shakes his head on it as it just skips through the 5-hole of Sherbati. Team Miller is running away with this one. Oh, my.
The extra point is good, and my goodness, 17 minutes still to play, and this team is just every cylinder firing. Team Morgan looks completely defeated.
They look shell-shocked.
I don't think they understand what just happened. I don't think they get what's going on or how the bounces are just going the other way, and play Freebird again because Team Miller is feeling a little free.
You said it earlier, the puck luck seems to be in Team Miller's favor once they scored their first goal, and it's been in their favor the whole rest of the game after that, as Dumas will chase this one down. So he's got the extra skate blade in, centering pass there, good stick in the lane. But I believe that was Solomon. Duggan had that one tied up in his body for a second, finally reaches the ice once more. That one snapped towards the net by Solomon, taken the other way. Wilk whisks away from that one. Brettauer snaps it over to Dumas. 16:30 to go in a third period. And now a 7-4 lead for the team in white. 7 of the last 8 goals in this one going for Kip Miller's squad. Loose puck. Duggan finally gets control, runs into a body, and the other way it goes. Mikey Yee over the line. Wilk will battle for it against Solomon. Sent around the end boards. Maybe McDonald will take a whack at it, trying to get it over that blue line. It finally does. Owen Wilk with it. Nobody near at the blue line. It's taken the other way. Here comes Milne. Milne with speed, charging in. Forehand, gets it to go. Oh my goodness, the goals are not stopping for Team Miller. They have an 8-4 lead in this one.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, and wow. I mean, I genuinely can't think of words for what I've seen. This is crazy from Team Miller. And Team Morgan, no answers. They're accepting it. I mean, that's what it looks like.
This is absolute insanity from Team Miller.
Assisted by number 16, Jackson
8
Leiter
of the
with
last 9 goals in this one. Leiter getting an assist on that one to add to his impressive day.
He's been good. Jackson Leiter has been everywhere on both sides of the puck, 200 feet, and been really good in the rush too. I mean, he's been an unsung hero and quote unquote unsung despite having, I believe, 3 points, maybe 4.
Here he could add to it. Leiter looking for another one.
Oh.
Oh, the rebound though. What a save by Sherbati, snatching that one with the glove.
Here's what I mean. He just made that save. The Team Morgan bench didn't budge. They're gone.
That's a save that can get you back in the game. And we've seen Team Miller with an explosion of goals. There's 15 minutes to play. This game is far from over. We've seen Team Morgan score 9 goals in the season in a game against this very team. But they find themselves down 8-4 after a 3-0 lead back in the first. Sean Goff in his own end. Looking to connect with Nick Smith. It'll trickle by. Gat Mayton back with it. Self-pass off the end boards. Gat Mayton couldn't get past 2. Here comes Schmaggy. Schmaggy has DeBiro in front.
Oh,
Schmaggy
no.
going for the Michigan. Oh, man. Schmaggy will get it back, though. Backhander saved. Rebound. Far side. Couldn't get it to go was Milne. Good defensive play. Tied the man up. But Team Miller still with it at the blue line. Shot taken. Sherbati bats that one aside. And a rebound now caressed by Team Morgan. Here's Rockman over the line. He'll put on the brakes. Rockman trying to stick handle through 3. Couldn't do so. Team Miller back the other way. Here comes Schmaggy.
They're just trying stuff at this point.
Schmaggy going for the near side. Bounces off the end boards. Active boards, but nobody home. Here
Look
comes
out.
Johnson. Johnson with Brandt. Tries to get it there too light on the pass, but Brandt had it for a second. Loses it.
Not enough, and he knew it. He tried to be cute with it, be cute with the placement of it instead of just firing a bullet.
Schmaggy with a chance. Tried to center that one. Gat Mayton plugs the gap. Oh, can't find Sarkevich as that'll trickle down the ice for an icing on Team Morgan. They just can't get anything going here in this period at all. It's been all Team Miller in the white. 8-4, wow. After a 3-0 deficit, it's now an 8-4 lead for Team Miller. Crazy things can happen here at Michigan Elite Hockey, and we're seeing it right here, right now, as the number 3 seed is pushing the number 2 seed to the brink.
Yeah, to the brink and off the cliff.
Here comes Cameron Alvarado. He can change the game with a chance there. That one trickles wide off the body. Sarkevich with it. Centering
Fire.
pass to the point. Massimino fires it a second late into a body.
Uh-oh.
And here's a chance here for Duggan. Duggan gets it past the last man. Shot taken, blocker side, and he scores. It's now a 9-4 lead for Team Miller.
There was no sense of urgency at all after he got it. My goodness. It's just, I know it's difficult when you get just absolute avalanche on you, but wow, this is impressive. This is really impressive.
One team wants to go to the championship game, and the other team that started with a 3-0 lead are still wondering what the heck happened in this one. 12:56 to go in the third period, and it is now a 9-4 lead for Team Miller. Looking to add to that is Ulmer. That one off the high glass. Schweinigan has this one now taken by Anthony DePonio. ADP down into the corner. He's got McDonald draped all over him. Still gets the pass back to the point. Backhander flutters for Wilk. Wilk gives it to Dumas. Dumas looking for the centering pass. It banks to his teammate. Shot taken by Brett Howard just wide.
Brett Howard's had a good game. That would have been a nice little addition to what he's had today, but he's had a really, really good game.
So Team Morgan awarded with a face-off in the offensive zone. They haven't had too many of these in this period, and sure, it's a 5-goal deficit, but if you could get one going and get the goals start going in your way, who knows what could happen in this one, because that's exactly what's happened in Team Miller since period 1.
Yeah, coming back from this would be very impressive, not only because of the scoreboard, because of the morale.
Battle for the puck in the corner. Dumas will heave that one back to the point. Brettauer somehow keeps that one in. Keyword somehow. Wilk will spin one into the corner. Waiting for that one is Anthony DePonio. Centering pass, try to bank it off the defenseman in front, but he'll handle it instead. A good play there by Alex Green. Anthony DePonio pestered by Milne. Wilk through center. A lot of work to do for Team Morgan in this one. 11:30 to play, but he can't get through that man. Curo with it now. Alex Curo out of Southline United. Well, playing for Southline United, I should say, out of Southline, Michigan. Curo intercepts that one. But Anthony DePonio able to get it through to Dumas. Dumas in all alone. His team going off into change. Leaves it there. Nobody home. Taken by Solomon. Solomon able to take a whack at it. So it looks like Team Morgan, yeah, they're just not skating at 100% in this one. They look down and out.
I mean,
with 11 to go.
9 of the last 10 goals have gone to the team in white. I mean, it just keeps going.
Solomon low angle shot saved by Sherbati.
I believe it's 5 unanswered now, too, if my math is correct. Math is not my strong suit, so it very well could not be correct half the time when we talk about mathematical equations.
Hey, that's why we're both announcers, right?
Math is not my major.
I just get paid to yap, and I like it as here comes Smith. Smith with a move, breaking in. Ooh, just wide, far side. DeBiro takes a whack at that one. Massimino will backhand it over towards the near side. Brandon gets golf on the boards. That'll slip out for Leiter. Leiter calmly will send it right back in.
Oh boy, Nick Smith is a one-man wrecking crew on the forecheck. Oh, surprised not a hand up. Was shocked right there. I mean, this forecheck is just hounding. There is nothing right now for the team in blue. We talked about how earlier in the game nothing was working for Team Miller. Nothing's working right now, and it hasn't for the last 20 minutes.
And Team Morgan just a week ago defeated the team that nobody else did 5-2. So here's a chance for them to get back into this one. Rockman fires it over the net.
Might be that adrenaline high wearing off.
And Team Slater coming into last week of regular season was 5-0, and Team Morgan, the team in blue right in front of you, handed them their first loss 5-2. That was to end the regular season, and now here against Team Miller, a team that they beat twice. They're falling down as here's a chance for Gap Maiden to get back in this one. Good move, makes Snyder bite and simply puts that one in, but there's not much jubilation. 9 minutes to go. They cut the lead down to 4. It's going to be an uphill battle for Team Morgan.
Dude, he is nasty.
That's a hat trick for him as well, but yeah, not much celebration after that one. A lot of work to get done.
And he's still got time. 9 minutes, down by 4. It's possible.
And that finally stops the 5-goal streak and the last 9 out of 10 goals going in the favor of Team Miller. So who knows? It's now McDonald with it.
Dane Gat-Maton, assisted by number 20, Gino DePonio, with 9 minutes left in the third period.
It's not often you score a hat trick, but you find yourself down 4 goals, especially here in the playoffs. That one turned over at center. Gino DePonio going offside, so we'll have a stoppage of play with 8:35 to go in the last period of play in this one.
Yeah, I liked how you talked about after that goal too, Ryan. No jubilation at all. There was 0, and I haven't seen energy from the Team Morgan bench in, 8 minutes left in this game, 10 minutes. They get one more, you might see some energy. Maybe. They are standing up now. That's the first time they stood up since it was 8-4.
Luke Morgan, the man on the bench for Team Morgan, doesn't want to see his team fall in this one. They battled all season long to a 3-3 record that may defy how good the team played all season long. They've got, like I've said, a very, very uphill battle in the last 8:30 in this one. Gap Mayton looking to make it 4. Great move. Backhander off the post.
Oh, my God.
It's crazy that Gap Mayton is on Team Morgan, and they are down 4 goals with that set of skill.
With how he's played, I mean, it's just been crazy. But Team Miller has just been up and down the ice. The better team.
Alvarado centering pass. That one between his teammates' legs, and down the ice it goes. Gap Mayton backtracking for that one. He evades McDonald, but McDonald will take it off his teammate's skate instead. Aiden McDonald through center. Weaver pestering him. Now Gap Mayton will take that loose puck. Gap Mayton flutters one over to Yee, skips over his stick. Now backtracking is Sagansky. Sagansky puts on the brake, skip past one. Now battling against Mikey Yee. They'll leave the puck for Reiner. Reiner for Brennan. Brennan takes a stab at it. Gives it off to, I believe that's Milne.
Oh.
Milne takes a little unneeded check there, slips the ice. Green now behind the net, looking to make some magic happen. Off the post in front, right out of the air was Brennan. That one wasn't far from going in. Brennan with another chance. Milne in front. Sherbati able to save a couple of them, rather. Now Alvarado. He's got Dumas in front of him as he crosses the line. Gives it off to Dumas, but Green there instead. Dumas picks it up. 6:50 to go in the third period. A 4-goal gap between these two teams. Team Miller looking to go to the championship. Sarkevich showing off some moves. Gets it to Dumas. Dumas can't get the shot off cleanly. Dumas able to give it to his teammate. Loose in the slot, picked up by Team Miller. Team Miller. Oh, that one skips over Brennan. Offside, so they'll have to re-up. 6.5 minutes away from Team Miller skating in the championship game next Wednesday here at the Big V Coffee Ice Cube of Brighton. Here's a chance for Team Miller. Schmaggy, who's been all over the ice for the team in white. Good move. Trying to finish that off with Smith for his second. He couldn't do so, sends it wide.
It's another rebound, just kind of bounced away from Sherbati.
Dumas in the corner. Gives it off to Anthony DePonio with some open ice. Goff battling at center. He'll stick it back down. Massimino back for it. Cooper Massimino had that one taken off of him. A falling shot taken by, I believe, DeBiro off the back of the net. 5:30 to go in this one. A 4-goal deficit for Team Morgan, who was up 3-0 in this one as Sarkevich tries to add one back on the board for his team. That bounces wide. Team Miller could not triumph against Team Morgan in the regular season, but they are so close to getting that win. Pass sent out in front. Leiter looking for another goal. This one trickles down, coming way out of his net to play. It is Schneider, dangerously so, but gets it out of harm's way. Nifty move there by Leiter. Leiter somehow gets it past the last man. Flubber of a shot taken behind the net it goes. DeBiro able to scoop it out. DeBiro spins one to Leiter. Leiter couldn't handle that one. Dumas takes it instead. Dumas had the second goal of the game in this one when his team was cruising all the way back in the first period. 4.5 to go. Schmaggy just gets it onside. Here comes Schmaggy looking for that far corner. Couldn't get it. Sean Goff back with it.
I mean, this one right now, if you're looking for Team Miller, you're just kind of trying to count down the miles. And right now, you just got above 4 of them. You're doing great. This is great for him.
Below the goal line, Team Morgan looking to get out their own zone here. 3:50 to play. This is semifinal number 1 of 2 today. Coming up at just about 8:05 p.m. It will be number 1 Team Slater taking on number 4 Team Posa. There's a chance for Gino DePonio. Now Gap Mayton looking for 4, sends it just wide.
It's just an effortless rocket.
Yeah, not much wind up on that wrister, but
boy,
did that read a high speed. Here's a chance, Schweinigan in. Has that one pop off his stick. Sherbati makes a save.
They just bounced away from DePonio.
Here comes Schmaggy now. Schmaggy looking for that far side. Getting a piece of that was Sherbati's body. Jack Johnson loses that one. Schmaggy presses in, but couldn't get it. Wilk will try to whisk it forward. Couldn't get it to his man. 3 minutes to play here in the semifinal. The winner of this one goes to the championship game. The loser finds himself in the 3rd place game next week here at this very arena. Over the blue line, Rockman whistles one wide. We'll keep an eye on the goaltender Sherbati, but it looks like Team Morgan is going to keep him in the net with a 4-goal deficit. 2 minutes, 2:35 to go rather. Scrum for the puck. And because the puck was stopped for so long, they'll stop play instead.
I mean, Team Miller, this is just an impressive game up and down, and I mean, we're talking about it on the side, and we're kind of thinking, who do you talk to? Because everyone on this team has a case to just come up here, but I don't think you want to do that, Ryan. But I lost.
I could talk to everybody on the team. It just might take way too long, and I kind of need my lunch break after this game. I'm not going to lie. But 2:25 to go, a 9-5 lead for Team Miller. They're looking to coast their way to the championship game. The coach who's won every single season of Michigan Elite Hockey, the other league we had running, hasn't won this season yet. As here's a chance by Aiden Duggan. Slips to the ice after that save by Sherbati. Minute 50 to go. Brandt chasing down this puck. Solomon on it first, but Brandt was able to get something on the net there. Solomon will slow play down in his own end. Still 5-on-5 for this one. Milne centering pass. Brennan looking for another one. Puts it on the backhand. Shot taken. Saved by Sherbati. Solomon with a shot there, but it's intercepted and taken the other way by Weaver. Weaver with Brennan trailing. Weaver centering pass, couldn't find Johnson. A minute 13 to go in the 3rd period. Weaver weaves his way in. Backhander finds its way to the body of Schneider, who hasn't been called upon since activating much into this game, but he's made the saves, and Team Miller has had the offense all game long since that first.
Yeah, Tristan Schneider has been, he kind of came into a game that they got back because obviously they tied it up right before he got in there, and that was a lot of momentum. But it's tough as a goaltender to come in with that momentum and keep things calm, and he really has done so. Made some really big saves right out of the locker room when Team Morgan kind of gave a little push and kind of gave a sense of, okay, we don't care that it's tied. We were winning. We had a little lapse, whatever. And Schneider made some big saves, so the team responded. And, I mean, it's just part of the reason that up and down this has been spectacular for Team Miller.
Here comes Green. He's had an impressive day centering pass there. Ping-pongs off a couple sticks. A shot taken into a body. Team Morgan with 37 seconds left will have a charge from Sarkevich. Sarkevich couldn't finish on that play.
I mean, but you're looking at Team Miller right now. If they put together a complete 60 minutes, let's say it's Team Slater or Team Post, it doesn't matter. If they put together a complete 60, they can win this thing. And that would be impressive after a lackluster regular season, quote-unquote, of 6 games. But if they can put together a full hockey game and not kind of get in that little hole, I mean, it's tough to scrap yourself out of a 3-0 hole. But if they can get the legs moving right away, look out, because the way they've looked today, every asset of the game is working.
11 goals have been scored since that first period, 9 of them in favor of Team Miller. 12 seconds away to finding themselves in the championship game that will take place next week. That pass too far for DeBiro. But with 3 seconds on the clock, it will be the number 3 seed in Team Miller taking down the number 2 seed in Team Morgan. And Team Miller with a great comeback and a storm of goals in the second and third period, and they take this one 9-5. They find themselves in the championship game, taking on the winner of either Team Slater or Team Posa. That game coming up in just a bit. We're going to hear from one of the studs from Team Miller. We'll be joined by Nick Leiter here up in the booth in just a minute. A crazy comeback win from Team Miller, find themselves in the championship game. Team Morgan will battle for bronze next week. A great battle, and we'll be joined by Leiter in just a couple moments. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Michigan Elite Hockey Playoffs here on YouTube. Team Morgan pick up the impressive 9-5 victory against Team Miller. They find themselves in the championship game next week. I'm joined by Jackson Leiter. Jackson, you lit up the board, had a goal, 2 assists, but you were all over the ice. How did you guys go from a 3-0 deficit in the first period, flip it to a 9-5 win?
Yeah, I think everyone just came out a little slow today. You know, legs weren't going, but after that half, you know, we really picked it up. You know, got some tape-to-tape passes going. Really got some goals.
Your guys' coach, Kip Miller, he wasn't there the first period. I'm not sure when he joined you, but was there kind of an awakening when he joined you guys behind the bench?
You know, he always gets us going. So I think definitely brought up the energy when he came.
You guys played Team Morgan twice this regular season. You lost 5-4 and 9-3 back in week 4. How'd you flip the script in this one and push yourself to the championship game?
I think everyone just put a little bit more effort into this game, knowing that, you know, kind of playing for something now, and really showed up and brought the energy.
You guys find yourself in the championship game next week. You could either take on number 1 team Slater or number 4 seed team Posa. Is there an opponent you want next week?
Honestly, whoever they give us, we're going to put up a fight, you know. I mean, this talk about number 1 team, I think we could really show them what's up.
Maybe you guys are the number 1 squad taking down Team Morgan there. Congrats on the comeback. Good luck next week in the championship.
Thank you.
Jack Leiter, joined by Ryan Radosevich. We'll be back with Game 2 in just a couple minutes. Thanks for joining me up here in the booth.
Yeah, thank you.